So my first mini showcase is on Friday. And I'm inviting a bunch of my girlfriends over to my apartment because I'm creating a very safe space for my first showcase. I'm going to be putting 6 of my songs into the world through my best friends. And I think it's just a really amazing way to be able to gain confidence on my piano playing skills and show them my work that I've been doing this last year. I just had my other best friend from Toronto come down over the weekend, and I basically semi played her one song, and I got so nervous. So my fingers, when I get nervous on the piano, my fingers tense up. So anybody who has any kind of knowledge on how my fingers don't tense up, people have said it's because of my placement. I've tried to change my placement of my fingers, and they just kind of go, they don't go numb, they just go hard, and I can't really move them. So anybody that knows what to do there, please give me some advice. But I got really nervous with her, so I'm gonna be pretty much practicing day in and day out for this week. For this Friday. I don't know if there's something on that. Oh, let me see if I can take that out. I think that my video might be scratched. So right now I'm actually trying to finish up a 6th song. I have 5 songs, but I'm trying to finish up a 6th song for Friday because I have this chorus of this one song. Give me one second. Much better. Okay. I have this chorus of this one song that I am in love with, but I just don't have the verses yet. And it hasn't actually gone this way before. I feel like I've always kind of had the verses as well, and I have the verses lyrics, at least some. But tonight I'm going to be working through this song, and I'm hoping that I can finish it tonight for Friday. So stay tuned. Actually, just kind of come along with me for the ride, because I'm going to set you up right here. And you guys can just watch my songwriting process. And, ooh, if we only knew we were just passing through, we wouldn't be so sad. If we could only know this was one act in the show, it wouldn't be so hard, it wouldn't be so hard to say goodbye. Alright, so that's the chorus. Now, what the hell do we do with the verses? We touched down for only one moment. This really beautiful chorus, and I have a lot, I shouldn't say I don't have verses, I have lyrics upon lyrics for verses, and I just don't know where I want to go with this song. I feel very strongly that it should tie to my feelings around death, and my feelings around life, and my feelings around what happens when we die. So right now I'm brainstorming, what do I feel about death? I've written that here, and I've written what has been your experience with death. And it might seem really dark and gloomy. It might seem like it is, by definition, I think people would think this is dark and gloomy, thinking about death. I don't know. But where I'm trying to shift that narrative in through this song is that I want to shine the light on death, and I want to shine, if it's possible, shine some light on death, and shine in it in a way that people don't have to be scared of death. People don't have to think it's the end. I strongly believe that when we die, we are given the answers as to what we're all doing here on the earth, and it makes me very, I do go down rabbit holes of thinking, what is it that we're doing here often, and I guess it's maybe, I guess I want the song to be a vehicle for someone to feel better when someone on earth passes in their life. I've been very fortunate to have few experiences with death, but several nonetheless, with various people in my life, and just overall the feeling around death makes me very emotional and very sensitive. But this is all sparked from a recent visit with my own grandmother, who is 95 years old, and I had a date today, and I was telling him about why when I saw her, and I was basically telling him in a way, because he was asking, oh my gosh, 95, is she able, is she with her mind? And I said, no, quite honestly, she's passing through. She is passing through to the next, whatever is next, because she is not coherent in the way of being able to speak and have a conversation. She can still pick up her fork and eat, which is incredible, and she's still conscious, and she still feels like the woman who was giving her that was the nurse that was clipping her toenails, gave her a little foot rub. She was feeling it. She loved the pleasure. That she still has those human feelings, which is incredible. And we want to keep her as in that position as much as possible in her last days. But at the same time, she's very much not there. She doesn't know who I am. She doesn't know who my family members are, and she is quite literally passing through. Her spirit is leaving her body. And it was not even me, it was her caregiver that was telling our family, this is what's happening. And it's, in one hand, it is very sad and nothing prepares you for this day, but also in the other hand, it is a beautiful thing, and those two things can actually coexist within one another. And I don't mean to look at it so clinically, because there's even a lump in my throat talking about it. And also, I get seriously affected by death, even if it's on a TV show, right? Life and death. Any baby is being birthed, or anybody is passing away, it strikes my emotions, and it just makes me so emotional. But in this scenario, it actually it gives me comfort to know that is what's happening, because it's a beautiful thing. And we don't know where she's going. We don't know where people go. But they do, I believe they do go somewhere. I believe that the souls do go somewhere, and that it doesn't just, end. Many people think it just ends. Many people think so many different things. But I'm writing this song from a place of providing comfort for people, so that they could have something to make them feel better with someone passing, and just being in a safer space in their mind to know where that person is. Because I don't think they ever leave us either. So it's a serious topic. It's a serious song. It's a simple song. But it kind of is just stating I'm kind of writing all this because I want to get clear on what I believe. I want to get clear on, my perspective of this whole thing. And, seeing my grandmother, really pass in front of my eyes basically is something that really touched me, and really kind of profoundly made an impact on me. And that is why I want to communicate it through the song. So I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to keep brainstorming about the verses, and then we'll get to the piano. All right, bye. I am figuring out the verse, and we're somewhere, but we're not there. I've been trying to play around with the E in a G key, so it's... The light has dwindled itself. 8:15. I've been up for an hour. I woke up at 6:30 today, and I just, well, I actually fell asleep right there, with my lights completely on last night, writing this song with like literally the lyrics in my hand. And I think it's because I wanted to finish this song last night, but this song is nowhere near finished. But we made incredible progress yesterday. And so when I came to, I think I kind of passed out around 10 o'clock. And I came to, it was 11:30. I went and brushed my teeth, washed my face, and got back into bed, turned the lights out. But I kind of woke up with this song still in my head, and I think I got through a couple of other lines, which is, at least I got through the pre-chorus this morning, which is fantastic. So now I have basically the first verses, the pre-chorus, and the main chorus. So that's a very sizable chunk, at least for my songs, or like at least for my mind when I do songs, because I'm like, okay, I've got the structure, I've got kind of the shape. Now I have to fit what I want to say into the second half of the song. Luckily for me, I have a bridge in my head that I've had in my head for days. Will it go with this song now that I have the choruses and the pre-choruses and the verses written? We'll see. But the bridge is actually usually what I write last, which is sometimes amazing, sometimes not amazing, sometimes hard, sometimes super simple. It just depends on the song and where I'm at with it. This one, I have it in my head, so I'm excited to get there, but I'm not there yet because I have not gotten to where I want to go with the second verses. I don't know what I want the subtext to be. We're figuring that out at 7:30 in the morning. Riddle in a box that is locked and thrown in the sea. Riddle in a box that is lost and thrown in the sea. Yuck. Riddle in a box that is locked and thrown in the sea. And no one having a key. But in a box that is lost and thrown in the sea. With no one having a key. But if we only knew through, we would. I don't like it, so we're not gonna do it. A box that's locked inside of a key. By the way, this lunch is dope. I had these potatoes that were like completely rotting, so I cut them all up. Okay, so what I will say about this camera, this new camera, is that while it's amazing in quality of, I guess, picture, the battery is horrible. Just saying, that doesn't last longer than like 60 minutes, and I have to plug it in, so I think it ended off with me talking about food. But either way, we're back in action. Let's go keep going at this song because it's like hours later in the day. I've had my piano lesson and I have changed around the pre-chorus. Hopefully it is something that we can work with. Let's see. Get lost thinking what happens now. So that's the part that is a train wreck. A world without you there, is that even fair? And I get lost, thinking where we go. No. Lost. What happens now? What happens now? That might be good. And I get lost. What happens now? Awful. have to wash my eye. Okay, well, minus my eye under attack from something. It's so red. I think we're in a good spot. World without you there, is that even fair? And I get lost. What happens now? If we only knew. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, while not fully shaped yet, that I think is gonna work. And what's so killer is that I got shivers in that chorus, and when I get shivers, that means I'm connected. And I haven't been connected for days on this because I've needed to set the chorus, so the verse and the pre-chorus. And I think that that is going to work. So I'm gonna run through this a ton on my own, and yeah, this is good. But I've got a really, really, really pretty ending that I'd love to share because we just did it. By the way, I put my phone in grayscale. Like everything on my phone is now in grayscale. Like this is to make me not want to look at my phone, and it's actually working because this is so, it's just, there's no color. So you don't even want to look at your phone. Anyway. It wouldn't be so hard, it wouldn't be so hard to say goodbye. Different than what I just did, but could be something. We touched and live our lives for only a moment, spend most of our time obsessed with what we're gonna show for it. I'm gonna figure this part out before I go to bed. I went outside. I always take my phone with me and I do voice notes on my phone. And I think that I figured out the last line of the bridge. So I'm pretty sure I've got the whole structure of the song together. I just gotta figure out the notes of the bridge. Inevitable. See, this is where I don't have I had the melody in my head. For some reason it left me because maybe the notes, and so I'm gonna play this. We get so uncomfortable, thinking the inevitable. So why don't we flip the script? We get so uncomfortable, thinking the inevitable. So why don't we flip the script? Script. So uncomfortable. That's a banger. Okay, let's write the chords in and play it. Your light has dwindled down to a small ember. I hold on to everything I can remember. When you fade, will I fade away? I try my best to say
last word, make sure even my very last I love you is heard. We might not get another day. A world without you there is not even fair. And I get lost thinking, what happens now? If we only knew we were just passing through, we wouldn't be so sad. If we could only know this was one act in the show, it wouldn't be so hard, it wouldn't be so hard to say goodbye. Touch down and live our lives for only a moment. Spend all of our time building what we're gonna show for it, and with ourselves along the way. It's rarely in our minds to sit and ask why. There's a big ball of fire that keeps us warm in the sky. Maybe we'll save that for another day. If we only passing through, we wouldn't be so sad. If we could only know this was one act in the show, it wouldn't be so hard, it wouldn't be so hard to say goodbye. Oh, goodbye. Thinking the inevitable, but tell me, why can't we flip the script? We're not here for a long time, so let's make it a really good time. And when we go, we know it's not the end. If we only knew we're just passing through, and we'd really know there'd be more acts in the show, and it wouldn't be so hard, it wouldn't be so